make them try to make them the way that they think they're supposed to be. And that's one thing that the Capricorn likes. They like to have someone who's quiet and settled, because they don't like a lot of noise.
They don't like loud and rowdy folks.
Because they feel that they're disrespectful, and not disrespectful to them, is disrespectful to nature, and that's what they abide by, is nature. That's why they like to be on top of the mountain. They don't like to be down in the mix, because they prefer not to have all that commotion.
I do. Being a Capricorn, I like to stay focused. And really, once I set my mind to something, almost impossible to stop me. I mean, people tell me, you like a locomotive. You know?
Exactly. It's just like the rolling rock that's coming down the side of the mountain. Nothing can stop it. And
I have a tendency I have such a high energy. Sometimes I have a tendency that people tell me to tire other people out.
Yeah, well, it's more or less your concentration, more so than the energy. Because your concentration is so focused that it's something, it can cut through stone. And that's the best. That's the very good part of it, is that you stay focused, and you have to stay focused because you got to reach the top of the mountain.
This is so interesting, so intriguing to learn about all the signs and how they interact with each other. I think during the break you were saying about the female being so important to us as a people.
Yes, that's a very good point too, because the female to the Cancerian people, or those individuals of color, the female plays a more important role because of the fact that they are the nurturing aspect. See, the female is really the ruler of the earth. It's not the male. The male is right, because nothing comes into fruition unless it comes through a female. So if you're ever doing anything of importance, you must have a female beside you in order for you to get to the top.
I'm glad you said beside you, because some people seem to think behind you.
Oh, no. She can't
there's
be
a good man,
you.
Good woman behind every man. That old,
that old adage.
Yeah, that old adage.
It is an old one.
Beside you. I'm glad you said that.
Yes, they have to be beside you in order for you to grow, because they are your reflection. And if you're doing wrong, of course she's gonna be out of order, and she's gonna let you know it. Because they're ones that never hold their tongue.
I'm glad you said it, because studying and reading the writings and teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I think there was a saying where he said, where there are no good women, there are no good men.
Exactly.
And I wonder, what did he mean by that?
Yes, well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a very wise individual. And what happened was that he realized certain aspects of nature, and which was taught to him by Allah. See, he went and he stayed out in the so-called wilderness to understand the essence of Allah. And Allah spoke to him, allowing him to understand these things so he could bring them back to his people. So what he understood was that the importance of having the feminine aspect, in which we all have. We have the masculine and feminine within us.
Yes.
But to have the true receiver, because the woman is receptive, the man is projective. All right, so he projects his image, but she receives that. So that's why it's very respectable for males to be righteous, so the female can be righteous and the male can grow through that, because she needs you just as much as you need her.
So that's exactly what it meant.
Yes.
And he said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that at least 75 to 80% of his work was with the woman.
It had to be for him to create a nation as great as the Nation of Islam. So he had to have, but see, however, the main thing is for us to understand our roles and not try to get out of that particular aspect. And that's where he prospered, because he allowed the woman, or he put the woman in their proper role and in their proper haven so that they could produce. Because that's what it's all about on earth, is production.
Yeah.
So that's what, and he put the males where they were supposed to be, and he let them intermingle at the right times. Not all the time, at the right times. That's what made him such a great leader.
Such a powerful man.
Yes, very powerful individual, because he understood that. And of course he was a Libran.
Oh, okay.
So he understood balance.
So that's what he was doing.
Right. He was balancing out nature, and that's how you produce, by keeping that balance. Because everything is in harmony, but ourselves.
We're the ones who should be in harmony with nature.
Exactly.
But living in America and living the type of life that we live, things are so out of balance.
Yes, they are. However, we can be, like I stated before, we can be in it, but not of it. And we have to allow ourselves to get in harmony with nature, because nature is what is ever changing, and it, as well as it stays the same, because it's under the guidelines of a certain law, and that's the law of nature.
Brother, it's been so beautiful having you here with us. We got to have you back, because we didn't have enough time. There's so much to share. Is there a number or address where we can get in touch with you?
Oh yes,